What's up, people? What's going on? Welcome back to Riley's World. Welcome back to the channel. Yes, we're here again on the eve before the final day of the showdown. Yes, people, the countdown is on the curtains of the Premier League season. That is it. It has been a good journey. You know what I mean? It has been a good journey. The end result shows that it has been a fantastic journey. You know, we are delighted to be where we are. You know what I mean? Arsenal fans, that is. Not many teams can be as grateful and as gracious as we are. You know what I mean? The football season has been a roller coaster. Not just for us, not just for Arsenal, you know what I mean? But the football season for a lot of teams has definitely been a roller coaster. And I know a lot of people can agree with me on that. You know, it has been full of a lot of ups and a lot of downs, you know, and we are just grateful that in the end we are able to smile, give God thanks, you know what I mean, as we're crowned champions. We're gonna sustain some loss in this Premier League, you know, because as happy as it has been, it will also have some downside to it. There will be some sadness. You know, we're gonna start today's podcast, today's live stream by talking about some of what's going on, some of what's been doing the rounds. We're gonna talk about departures. We're going to talk about the departures of some coaches that has made this league, this Premier League, so fantastic this season. You know, let's jump right into the man himself. You know what I mean? None other than Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola has been at Manchester City for 10 years now. 10 years, 10 magnificent years. And during his time at Manchester City, he has decorated himself. You know what I mean? Fully decorated himself with 20 trophies, I think. 20 trophies. Hey, he said he's counting the Community Shields. You know what I mean? They're part of his trophy collection and he wants them in. So he has decorated himself with about 20 trophies. Fantastic achievement. Fantastic. You know what I mean? Pep have sent some people in retirement, you know. People like Klopp. I think Pep was the one that sent Klopp in retirement with the emerge of Arteta as well. It was too much for Klopp to handle. But he has transformed that club. You know what I mean? He has transformed that club. There were some persons there doing, you know what I mean, making a little, before Pep came on. But Pep came and turned Manchester City into the powerhouse that it really is. Manchester City has been fantastic. In spite of whatever the situation surrounds them, in spite of the charges, whatever the situation surrounds them, you know what I mean, they have been a force to reckon with. The charges are not facing you on the field. Well, actually they are because the players are there. But I'm just saying, 20 trophies in 10 seasons. That's like 2 trophies a season. That's a fantastic achievement. And he will be rewarded for his achievement. There's a stand that will be named after Pep. I think it's a North Stand or something like that. And they will also build a statue of Pep outside the stadium. You know what I mean? It's just right. You know what I mean? It's just a gratitude. Of course, he was being paid a lump sum of money, and you know what I mean, he was doing his job. But he did his job fantastically. And at the end of when you're working for a company, you know what I mean, a good company at that time, they appreciate the service. They give you something that you call a bonus at the end of the season or at the end of the year. And Pep Guardiola is up for his bonus. You know what I mean? His bonus is, you know what I mean, those lifetime achievements. That's going to be there forever, pretty much, or until they change stadium. You know what I mean? Pep going to have a stand named after him, and he's going to have a stadium built. He's going to have a statue, built outside the stadium. Fantastic achievement, fantastic. Glasner. Glasner is also departing from Crystal Palace. You know what I mean? Oliver Glasner has been through some stuff. You know what I mean? Seeing some of his best players leave. You know what I mean? As they always say, you know what I mean? Just to name a few. And he stuck to his gun. You know what I mean? He didn't always see eye to eye with his owners, you know, but he never gave up on doing his job. He did what he was supposed to do. Crystal Palace is in the Conference Cup finals right now, and they have done fantastic for themselves. Oliver Glasner has done fantastic for himself. You know what I mean? As I said, the Premier League, hopefully not everybody's lost. I know Pep is leaving the Premier League, but hopefully it's just a shuffle. It's just a card shuffle among the other coaches like Oliver Glasner. You know what I mean? The next one is Areola. Fantastic coach, man. Fantastic coach. This coach has played some football that I've only seen at Barcelona or under Arsene Wenger. You know what I'm saying? That's what this coach has played. This coach, I think, is a steal for any one of these clubs looking to really, really be somebody in this Premier League. You know what I mean? And it'll be fantastic if one of these clubs will snatch him in the Premier League, you know what I mean, and keep him here with us. I mean, like, he's going to be a threat for my team, you know what I mean, because he's a fantastic, he beat my team, you know what I'm saying, and he went and he took points off Manchester City, Pep Guardiola. You know what I'm saying? So it is not to be taken lightly. You know what I mean? As Arteta said, he congratulated him, you know what I mean, he told him that he almost took the Premier League from them when he beat us. You know what I mean? And then he went and beat Man City and handed it right back. So Oliver Glasner has been the deciding factor in the Premier League in more ways than once. Controversial deciding factor too, because he took points off both the leaders and the runners up. So it was a stellar performance by the guy. You know what I mean? And these are actually fantastic coach that. Two of them is switching clubs. Where they're gonna go? No idea where they're gonna go. But I know Pep probably gonna take a little break from football. Probably gonna sit down and count all of that money that he made over the years at Manchester City. You know, but it's been fantastic. You know, what I mean, it has been fantastic. Ferrara Rogers said, "I appreciate the subscription, Rogers." Candace said, "Hello, how you doing? How you doing? Thank you guys for tuning in." Let's talk about the elephant in the room, people. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Let's talk about the relegation battle. The relegation battle is something to talk about. I mean, like it's almost like the top of the table, where Arsenal had the lead. They turn it over to Manchester City. Manchester City turn it over back to Arsenal. You know what I mean? But fortunately, that one is wrapped up and done, right? It's not so with West Ham. It's not so with Tottenham. West Ham and Tottenham decided to take it to the final day, and it's good. You know what I mean? I must say, it is good. It is good for football. You know, it is good that West Ham and Tottenham decided that, guess what? Let's make it epic. Let's go big one time. You know what I mean? Do it good and done. You know what I mean? So they're taking it to the final day. What's so interesting about it is the teams that they're playing. The teams that they're playing make it quite interesting. Tottenham is playing Everton. West Ham is playing Leeds. It's not too easy team for either team, by no means necessary. Tottenham is currently sitting above West Ham by 2 points. All Tottenham need from this is a draw. If Tottenham draw this game, fantastic result for them. I think their goal difference is superior, way superior to West Ham. So unless West Ham beat Leeds United by about 12 goals, it's not happening. They're getting relegated. You know what I mean? So that's the situation there with West Ham and Tottenham. Who will win this one? You know what I mean? Who will get relegated? Who will stay up? That's something that we need to to talk about, right? Based on the opposition that they're playing, based on the form that the opposition that they're playing is in. Not only that as well, based on the ambition that the opposition that they're playing have. You know what I mean? Who has the toughest test? That's what I'm asking right now. Who is the team with the toughest test? That's where it is, right? So for Spurs, we have Everton, right? For Spurs, we have Everton. The situation with Everton is this: Everton are sitting 12 in the table. I think that Everton qualifying for Europe is already passed. 40, the most Everton can get is Everton is on 47, so the most they can get is 50 points. So they will not even pass Newcastle. So it's a nothing game, right? It is actually a nothing game. There's nothing to gain from this game whatsoever. You know what I mean? Yeah.